there were still a lot of things that didn't make sense to me. And the older I got, and once I got out of school, like I said, I was pretty rebellious. And as I went to work, I met different people, of different faiths. And I decided to challenge my faith and go to some of these other churches to see if I could find the perfect church, and find all of the answers that I was searching for. And I must have been to 30, 40 different churches, and I've finally come to the realization that no church is perfect, and the answers that I'm looking for, I have to search within my soul. And you can't rely on a priest or a preacher to find those answers for you. So one time I went to this church, and you have to realize I come from my church was very quiet, monotone, and, it wasn't about, there was fellowship, after church, outside church, but while you were in church, your main focus was praying and, the service, and, your walk with God. And I just wasn't used to anything outside that box, and even the music, it wasn't, it was like older, monotone type, calm music. So when I got out there into the world and started going to some of these other churches, I was shocked. I had some good experiences and some bad experiences. I'd like to share a few of them with you. I was at work, and I met this couple, man and wife, who both worked together, and he was whistling something one day. And I said, "What are you whistling? That's really, that's really nice." And you've never heard that song? No. So, it's a song that we sing in church. And he started singing, and I'm like, wow, what kind of church is that? And I'm not going to say the name of the church, but he invited me to come to church. And I said, well, I really don't have any dresses. You probably wear dresses. I see your wife wear dresses all the time. I said, do I need to go out and buy a dress? Because when I go to church, I normally wear pants. And they said, well, normally everybody in the church wears dresses, but come as you are. Come in your jeans. Come in your pants. Whatever. And I was like, really? They won't kick me out of your church? No, they won't. So I went home and was getting ready for church, and I thought about wearing my pants because I believe in being true to yourself. I don't like that, all week long I wear pants, and then I go to church and I have to, dress up, and, I just feel like I'm not being myself. I don't know if that makes sense. And I do like to wear dresses, but I just am not the type to put a show on for people, I guess. I don't know. So anyways, I got nervous about it, and I went out and bought myself a dress. And my daughter was just a baby then, and I went and got her a dress too. And we showed up to church, and I guess he had went and expressed to the church that I was nervous about coming, and that I wore pants. So I went to this church, expecting everybody to be in dresses, beautiful, expensive dresses, and church dresses and stuff. Well, needless to say, they wanted to make me feel comfortable, so they all came to church in jeans. It's like a first time for this church. I mean, it's the first time anybody's ever wore pants in the church. They all wore jeans. And I was the only one in a dress. And my goodness, we all felt so odd. They felt odd in their jeans, and I felt odd in my dress, and I really felt welcomed in that church. Um, Now, as far as the message went, I totally, what they were talking about, I just did not believe. It was just totally, we were on different planets, but I felt really welcome there. And they had music going, and the tambourines and the bass guitar and the guitar, and my daughter was in there dancing, and they handed her a tambourine, and I wasn't used to that, and I don't know, but it was really nice and shocking to hear music like that. And I never went back, but I was very happy for that experience. Um, Another time I went to another church. I think it was a non-denominational. I don't remember. But after I went to church in there, and the music was really nice, and the message was really good, and I just really had a good time and wanted to come back. And on my way out, my friend introduced me to the preacher, and the preacher, was talking to me and said, "Oh, what religion are you?" And I said, "Oh, I was raised Catholic." "Oh, well, do you know where you're going when you die?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm either going to go to heaven or hell or purgatory." Purgatory. That isn't the right answer. Um, where do you want to go when you die? I said, "Well, heaven, of course." "And do you want to be saved, or do you want to be cast into the fire and blah, 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 and all this and that?" And I said, "Of course I want to be saved." "Well, then you're saved." I was like, "I am? Do you want to be saved?" I said, "Yes." "Well, then you're saved." And then he smacked me in the head and said, "Praise something, Jesus, you've been saved." And then I guess people heard him say that, and a bunch of guys circled around me and started slapping me on the back, and um, I think I left there with quite a few black and blues. I didn't understand why they were slapping me, and they were also happy and praised me, and I didn't, I guess I got saved, and I didn't know what that really meant. And I didn't go back to that church. I was kind of scared. I didn't know what other questions they were going to ask me. I didn't really know what it meant to be saved. And I guess, I know this sounds bad, but I think that they, it's like a notch on their belt to save people, and I don't know if they had to get a quota in or what, but that's how I felt. And um, I I wasn't used to the fellowship, you know, to that extent where people are, hitting me in the head and pushing me, and so I don't know. I hope I don't offend anybody, but I don't know. It just kind of scared me. I was young, and all right, I guess I'll leave this one here. I hope I'm not offending anyone, but I'm just, I'd like to keep a diary of, my experiences with church and religion, and just my viewpoints on things. And I like to maybe come back to it in a few years and reflect and see where I'm at. All right, thank you.